Today is the 18th of May and do you know what, it's just stopped raining and the bees are just about leaving now to head out to forage, but certainly here in Wales it's been absolutely awful. It's been one of the wettest springs on record and it's been quite cold. The British Beekeepers Association has put out a starvation warning for bees. It's been a really worrying time, and whilst we want to stay as natural as possible, it really does make you worry about, you know, whether you should give them a feed just to keep them alive. A lot of the dandelions have gone to seed with this cold weather and with the wet. But I've got lots of wildflowers in my garden. I've got some of these Aquilegia, but they're not really a honeybee favourite, I don't think. My dear apple tree, which was doing so well, has now lost all its blossom in the high winds and storms. I'm now waiting for the raspberry and carrot flowers to come out soon. As really there's not a huge amount flowering right now. Lots of daisies, always beautiful and good for pollinators, but really there hasn't been any bee action on those. I've seen quite a lot of hoverflies and other things, but not many bees on my pretty little lawn. So a few more flowers are coming out here and there, but the question is the nectar flow, and I certainly know that other beekeepers in the Wales and the southwest have noted that normally by now there would have been lots of swarms, and certainly in the southwest there's barely been any. It's been a difficult spring. I like to try to keep everything as natural as possible. So these poppies I've enjoyed. We've also got forget-me-nots and more Aquilegia or granny's bonnets all around the garden. Cowslips are also one of my favourites, and here I've got loads of flowering rosemary, but actually barely a creature to be seen, barely an insect to be seen on these. It's yeah, I think this spring has been a really hard one. I've put another Layens hive somewhere else in the garden, away from the main area that we use, and I did actually have a different intention for this, but as it is, it's stayed in the garden. And the reason for that is I really wonder whether my colony is going to swarm, and I just want to have potentially somewhere sort of set away from right next to them where they might be able to swarm to, so that I can perhaps retain them within the garden space, so they don't bother anyone else if they do want to swarm. So right now it's really difficult to know what to do and what to expect. Mainly, of course, I am a novice beekeeper, as I always say. I'm never trying to advise people, but I think the issue is it's only about 14 degrees and there is a little bit of a breeze, although it looks nice and bright. It's not that warm here, and I'm not overly keen to start opening up the hive and messing about with them. So that's why I've put the Layens hive out. In fact, I've got 2 hives set about just in case they do decide to swarm. At the moment, I think they've just seen this break in the sunshine and sent out a load of foragers hoping to find some nectar somewhere. But really, this is a tough spring, so I'm going to see what I need to do. I mean, obviously I could be thinking about doing splits, etc., but I just wonder whether that would be the right thing to do. I'm just going to watch closely and see what emerges. the wet weather is due to stay with us for quite a few more weeks, I think, or certainly over the next week. Sunny now, but there's more rain due later on, so who knows. But I'll keep an eye. There are lots of drones, there is lots of activity when it starts to when the sun comes out. A little bit later on, I think it'll be very busy, so perhaps they will be looking to swarm. We'll wait and see. Thank you for watching. I'll keep you updated, and all the best to you. Bye bye.